Hello, guys. Welcome to After the Midterm. And today I'm going to talk about what you're going to do after the midterm and how you're going to do that. Well, basically, everything we do after the midterm is about a lab report writing. Yeah. And you're going to work in groups and write a report. Well, so Unit 4 assessments are about three things. A guided report writing. It's a group work that you'll do, and you will write a report all together on one topic for the whole section. And the aim is to learn how to write a report. And even though it's only 5%, it's very important for you to stay tuned and to be attentive and to contribute to your group's work, because that's where we learn how to write a report. Yeah, you will get a lot of teacher assistance, a lot of help, explanation. There are videos that are there to help you understand this topic, and a teacher will give you a lot of feedback. Then, when you're done, you'll have an independent report writing. It's 15%. It's also group work, but the topics will be different for different groups. Yeah. So here's where a teacher does not give you a lot of input. Yeah, because all the input was here in the guided report writing. So here our aim is to test you, not to teach you. And then in the final exam, you will write complete a report individually, and our aim is also to test, right? And it weighs much more than all the previous assignments, right? So the thing is, if you don't contribute to your group's work, if you don't understand how to write a report, each part of it, and everything is very formulaic, everything includes a lot of parts, and you need to remember what to write and where, nobody's going to help you in the final exam. So it's of course your choice to contribute or not, to dump all the work on one member of the group or not. But the experience shows that those people who do nothing during the group work, they don't get a good mark during the final exam. And the final exam is 40%, the writing part. Well, let's look at the laboratory report structure. Can you please pause the video and put these parts of a report in the correct order? Now you pause the video, put a pause button, and in a moment we'll check. All right, so hopefully you've done that. A typical laboratory report structure is like this. It starts with the title, then an abstract, introduction, methods and materials, results and discussion. Usually they go together, because you discuss the results. Conclusion and references. All right, it's pretty straightforward. Even though an abstract goes after a title, we write it in the very end, like after you finish the whole report writing, you write an abstract in the end, because an abstract is kind of a summary of the whole report. So you cannot write a summary of the whole report if you don't have the whole report ready, right? All right, so when you look for the sources for your writing, I just need to remind you that you need to look for reliable sources, nothing like .com, no Wikipedia. You can use Wikipedia for ideas, but then you can Google ideas and get some reliable sources. Sources like websites that are aimed at selling something, websites that have, or sources that have no evidence It's just an opinion of some person, some random person who is not an expert in the field. Sources that are not up to date. Not up to date means not fresh, like written in 1980s. And well, a lot of things have changed since then, right? Even the ones written in 2000s, early 2000s, it's already, they're not up to date already, right? So be careful about that. What you need to look for is mainly websites ending with .org, .edu, .gov. Sources that have evidence, some scientific evidence, recently updated, mainly journals and reputable magazines, but you need to be careful with those. You need to understand what's written there. Yeah, if you find a source and it's from some journal and you can't understand a word, it's of no use. You can use this, actually. There's more information here, whereas how to find reliable sources. All right, so referencing. In the end of your report, you write a reference list that lists the sources that you used, right? You cannot get the information completely from your head because you are not experts in the field. So you need to use sources, and in the end of the report, you list them in this manner. You can also find the way how to reference sources in Appendix 5. I will show you later in the end where to find it. Okay, but this is just kind of the common structure of a reference entry. You start with the last name of an author. This is the first name, the year and whatever month, if you know, of issue, the title of the page or the name of the article, the site name, URL. You can see here. See, the first source has Al-Zajali, right, which is the last name of a person, and then comma A must be Ahmed or Ali or I don't know, something like that, some name starting with A. And the second source, you see, it's not the name of the person, right? Obesity Oman is the name of the article. So you do that when you don't know the name of the person who wrote this article, right? So if you don't know the name of the author, you start with the name of the article or name of the page. Okay. Oh, here there's ND. I hope you remember that ND means no date. I might be wrong. It might be something Latin, but I call it no date. And it's easy to remember. So N full stop, D full stop, small letters, nothing capital, please. All right. Be careful when it comes to commas and full stops, brackets, spaces. Make sure they look appropriate. All right, here we go. What you need to do, you need to take a look at this list. Pause the video and put these sources in an alphabetical order. Alphabetical order means A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can revise the letters of English alphabet if you don't remember them. So you need to put these entries in an alphabetical order. You'll press the pause button, and we'll check in a moment. All right, so hopefully you've done that. Here is the answer key. You start with Abraham's, and you see here are two sources that start with A. So if both of them start with the same letter, you look at the second letter, and then B and L. B comes first, then L, right? That's why first 2, then 4. All right. It's not enough to have the list of references in the end of the report. You also need to mention the sources you used inside the text, like this, like you see here in bold. We'll discuss it in the next video, how to write the in-text citations. and they should look like this, and they should match the sources mentioned in the reference list. All right, so here is the task that you need to do. You need to search for at least 3 sources using the following keywords. I hope you know how to search, how to Google. And then you need to write the list of references to your sources and give your teacher for feedback. And here is the references checklist. Make sure when you check if everything is correct in your report, everything should be correct. Everything should be present. If not, well, you'll lose some marks. Let me show you now where to find the sources, like some important information on Moodle. So you go to week 9, reports, writing, finding sources, and making references tab. And there is a folder, slides and docs. You click it. And you can see here several things that might be useful for you. Yeah, here is the appendix for referencing. You can see how to reference your sources, including in-text citations, which is very useful for you to refresh your memory. Then you have a sample of a laboratory report for you to see what is required from you. So that's the way it should look in the end. That's what you need to submit in your groups. Well, this one probably not, but it's just the data set. So till references, obviously. Yeah, that's the way it should look in the end. And there's also a laboratory report checklist for the whole report. Here are the parts of the report, right? Title, abstract, introduction, and so on. And here are the things you need to include. Again, I repeat, everything should be included. If something is missing, you will lose marks. Hope it's clear. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for other videos.